Listen, if you keep thinking about the man who betrayed you, the one who lied, I'm talking about the one who hurt you, who disrespected you, who cheated on you and broke your trust. I have good news for you. It does not automatically mean you want him back. And I need you to get this, because a lot of us women, we feel ashamed because we know what we experienced. We know what we went through, but we still think about them, and that can feel like a betrayal all in itself. And you go to thinking things like, why am I still thinking about him? Why does he keep popping up in my mind? Why can't I just move on? Or how dare you still love the person who hurt you? And all of that is valid. But then that's when shame creeps in. You start thinking about you're weak. You start thinking maybe you're not healed, or maybe you're still attached to him or the situation. But here's the truth behind that. A lot of the time, you're not missing him. Your mind is looking for closure. Let's talk about it. Hello, welcome to Serenity, where healing is the real flex and peace is the mission. If you are new here, go ahead and give the subscribe button a love tap and join the journey. Today, we are talking about the depths of missing someone who wasn't good for you. So first things first, betrayal leaves unfinished questions, okay? When someone betrays you, especially someone that you stood 10 toes down by, your mind starts investigations, right? It starts running investigations. Your brain wants answers, and it practically starts demanding answers at this point. If you're anything like me, it's demanding answers, right? You ask questions like, did he ever really love me? Did he realize what he ever had? Does he regret losing me? Was I stupid for actually believing in him, for believing that we actually had a chance? And the deeper the loyalty you gave, the deeper those questions go. Because betrayal isn't just about losing the relationship. It's about losing trust in what you thought was real. And when your brain loses the sense of certainty, it keeps replaying things, trying to make sense of it all. That's why memories keep resurfacing. That's why songs remind you of them. That's why conversations replay in your mind over and over again. That's why sometimes you're perfectly fine, and then out of the blue, out of nowhere, boom, there he is in your mind again. I too had to learn it's not a weakness. It's your brain trying to close an emotional loop. And here's where us women get confused. We think if we just get the right apology, the right explanation, everything would finally make sense. But here's the truth. And this is something that many women have to discover the hard way, myself included. Even if he apologizes, even if he admits he messed up, even when he says he regrets it, it still doesn't fix the feeling. Now, why is that? It's because of the wound. The actual damage wasn't just action. The damage was the disrespect. And sometimes the disrespect is loud, if we're going to be honest. It was the moment you realize that someone you protected, someone you supported, someone you rode for, someone you stood 10 toes down for, y'all know what I'm talking about, was capable of betraying you. It's like the audacity is at an all-time high. Now, hear me clearly so that we don't get this misconstrued. You can forgive someone. You can absolutely forgive the person that hurt you and betrayed you. In fact, you're supposed to. The Bible says, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father who is in heaven may forgive your trespasses. Forgive that man, sis. Forgive him for everything that he's ever taken you through. Forgive the things that he did do and that he didn't do. Forgive that man. But understand this, forgiveness does not automatically restore trust. And that's okay, because forgiveness is about freeing your heart, not reopening the same door. Now, many women think they're missing the person when really they're craving emotional resolution. I actually break this down in a free guide about why we attract emotionally unavailable partners. Email me free guide using the email in the description box below, and I'll send that right over to you. Now, this third point is really vital and detrimental to your healing process, and that is the trap of looking for signs. When your heart is wounded, it wants reassurance. So you start looking for confirmation. You're checking social media, If you're new age, you're all into tarot readings about your ex, you're looking for signs that he regrets losing you. But let me say something gently and honestly that nobody told me. Even if he does regret it, even if he ever cries about it, even if he realizes he lost the best woman of his life, that still doesn't undo the betrayal. His regret does not restore the version of the relationship that existed before. And when you focus on whether he misses you, you accidentally keep your attention tied to the past instead of focusing that energy on the future. That's why the Bible says to forget the former things. It doesn't mean to literally forget what happened. No, those are the things that shaped you into the woman that God is calling you to be. Those scars, they represent your resilience, the warrior queen that's within you. But to forget the former things means don't keep living from an old chapter. It happened, yes, but you can remember the lesson without constantly living in the pain. So then the real question becomes, if closure doesn't come from him, his apology, his acknowledgement, or accountability, where does it come from? I'm glad you asked. Real healing begins when your focus shifts. Emphasis on the word your. This looks like you rebuilding yourself. You start pouring your energy into your purpose, investing in your health. Most importantly, and above all, you deepen your relationship with God. You deepen your relationship with the source himself. Instead of studying the person who hurt you, you build the life you've always wanted. You build that life that was meant for you. And over time, something beautiful comes from that. The thoughts become less frequent. The memories stop hurting. And one day you realize something surprising. You haven't thought about him in weeks. Those weeks turned into months. Not because you forced yourself to forget about him, but because your life became bigger than your pain. So I want to offer you a simple tool that helps break that mental loop. It's called the redirect rule. So whenever your mind starts to replay memories of him, I want you to, one, acknowledge the thought without judgment. Number two, say to yourself, that chapter is closed. And number three, redirect your attention to something productive. Write, read, pray, go for a walk, record a voice note for your purpose. Train your mind to return to your future. All right, fam, if you reached this part of the video, I want to thank you so much for sticking with me. Your affirmation for this video is, I release the need for answers from people who broke my trust. My closure comes from the life I am building. I am healing. I am growing, and my future is bigger than my past. I want you to comment that down below or say it until you feel it, because in this community, we feel until it's real. If you're still in that stage right now where memories still pop up, where your mind still revisits the past, understand that regression is a part of progression. Sometimes you have to take a few steps backwards so that God can launch you ahead. Sometimes you have to look back at how far God has brought you for you to truly focus on what he has in front of you. And that doesn't mean that you are moving backwards. It means you're processing. Even butterflies spend time in the cocoons looking like absolute chaos before their wings form. So be gracious with yourself. Keep moving forward. Keep healing. Keep building, because one day you're going to wake up and realize something super powerful. That man who once occupied your thoughts doesn't even cross your mind anymore. And that right there, that's the real closure. If this is your message, I created my free guide just for you. It helps you understand deeper patterns beyond relationships that leave you feeling unfinished. So go down into the description box, follow the steps, and I can get it right over to you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and give the subscribe button a love tap. And always remember, you plus God equals enough. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.